Okay, start recording. Okay, from our previous lessons, we already completed Poisson, okay, and type 1 and type 2 errors. Okay, now we continue with the last part, sample mean. Sample mean, you will have a slightly different working from the previous two. Okay, we shall look at it. Okay, how to do the working. Okay, let's see. This one we get as a question from the book. Okay, each of the following carry out as appropriate test using one method listed. Okay, let me just explain to you about how to do. Okay, this is a norm sample mean two tails. Okay, not equals to sample mean not equals to. Okay, so according to the information given, so okay, 1i, the x is already is given as n normal distribution mu and 16. Okay, but because we also have a sample, so we have to write as a sample mean is n mu of 16 over 20. Okay, then 2, we write out our hypothesis. Okay, step 2, mu equals to 38.8 versus alternative not equals to 38.8. And step 3, okay, so we have our evidence. Evidence is actually written in over here. So they write as a bar x of 20. So that means average of the 20 samples here, it gives you 40.6. And the alpha is 0.05. Because this two tail, step 4, you first write out the reject condition. Reject H null if P of bar x lesser equals to 40.6 lesser than 0.05 over 2. Or bar x greater equals to 40.6 lesser than 0.05 over 2. That will be the standard way that we do our calculation. The only thing difference for this question here is this is a normal, therefore this one will change into equal. Okay, this one will change into equal. Then, okay, if we look at p-value method, okay, p-value method, so we'll calculate the two sides. Okay, so over here I do my calculation, okay, using normal distribution. Okay, you can press your calculator. So 40.6 minus 38.3 over square root of 16 over 20, which is from the distribution that we have. Then our z equals to 2.5714. You have a value of 0.9949. Okay, so the other part is actually greater than. So greater than, because this is continuous, then we can actually use 1 minus. So 1 minus 0.9949. So we have a 0.0051. Of course, this one is lesser than 0.05 over 2. You can see that over here, we can reject H null. Okay, p-value method is actually very straightforward. The problem will be the critical value method. Okay, so based on here, okay, based on the reject condition, you can see that I split it into C1 and C2, critical value 1 and the critical value 2, based on the structure that we have here. Okay, then from here, we start to write the working. Z lesser equals to C1 minus 38.3 over square root of 16 over 20. Okay, equals to 0.025. Okay, P of Z greater equals to C2 minus 38.3 over square root of 16 over 20. Okay, equals to 0.025 over here. Then from this, we find our value of Z, okay, by using table. So let's refer back to the table. What do I get for 0.025? So I have a value of 0.975, 1.96. So all I need to do is just refer to 1.96 value. So I will have a C1 minus 38.3 over square root of 16 over 20 equals to negative 1.96. Okay, C2 minus 38.3 over square root of 16 over 20 equals to 1.96. Okay, so from here I calculate the C1 value and the C2 value. Okay, let's press calculator. So I have negative 1.96, okay, times by square root of 16 over 20 plus 38.3. Okay, so I have a 36.55. Then another value, I have a 1.96 times by square root of 16 over 20. Okay, I have plus 38.3. I have a 40.05. Okay, so what does this mean from here? Okay, so I will have my number line. So I have a C1 value and C2 value. Okay, so 36.55 is here, 40.05 is over here. Then my evidence is 40.6. So my evidence is 40.6. So evidence M equals to 40.6 is over here. Okay, so this is 2 till, this is the reject region, this is a do not reject region. Okay, this is a reject region. Of course, from here you can actually see that we reject H null. Okay, that's your answer. We reject H null. This is actually very clear cut from the calculation here. Okay, then what about actual significance? Okay, the actual significance is equal to 0.05. Okay, so that means the area that actually covered by the 2C1 and the C2, and your critical region, okay, will be x lesser than equals to 36.55 and x greater equals to 40.05. Okay, that will be your critical region. Okay, let's look for more example. Let's see from here. Let's see. Okay, let's say we go for okay, to the left, normal sample mean to the left. Sample mean to the left, lesser than. Okay, let's see what do we get from here. So, okay, let's see. Step 1, I have x, which is normal, mu 19. Okay, so bar x will be normal with mu 19 over 20 here. So n equals to 20, as you can see. Okay, so then continue with step 2, write out the hypothesis. Mu equals to 81.3. H1, mu is lesser than 81.3. Then step 3 here, we have our m, which is bar x of 20 equals to 79.5. Then I have my alpha equals to 0.05. Okay, so step 4, okay, I write out the reject condition first. So reject H null if P of, okay, bar x, okay, lesser equals to 79.5 is lesser than 0.05. Okay, so then comes to step 4, the p-value method. So P of bar x lesser equals to 79.5 equals to P of z lesser equals to 79.5 minus 81.3 over square root of 19 over 20. Okay, so you can use your calculator. Let's see what is the value that we get. Okay, so normal CD, so negative 10. Okay, then 79.5 minus 81.3 divided by square root of 19 over 20. So I have a negative 1.846. Okay, so I have a 0.0324. Of course, this is lesser than 0.05. Therefore, over here, we reject H null. Okay, therefore over here we reject H no. Then if I want to use the critical value method, okay, so P of bar X lesser equals to C is equals to 0.05. So P of Z, okay, lesser equals to C minus 81.3 over square root of 19 over 20 equals to 0.05. Okay, refer back to your table. C minus 81.3 over square root of 19 over 20. Let's see what is the value that we get. So 0.01.645. Okay, we have a 1.645, negative 1.645 over here. Critical value is, let's see, okay, negative 1.645 times by square root of 19 over 20, okay, plus 81.3. So I have a 79.70. Okay, so from here, draw the number line. I have my critical value 79.70. This is to the left, therefore this is the reject region. This is the do not reject region. Okay, then I have my evidence 79.5, which is fall under here. M equals to 79.5. Therefore we reject H no. Okay, so as you can see, this is the working. Okay, you just need to follow through the working and make sure you answer the questions accordingly. Okay, let me just check on the syllabus. Still got anything else that I didn't cover? Okay, that's it. That's all for your S2 syllabus. Okay, thank you very much.